Hello everyone, my name is Behruz. Welcome back to another General English 1 video. Today we are going to work on Unit 6. So let's turn to page 38. Yes, this is Unit 6. A. What does your father do? The vocabulary part. So, jobs and workplaces. Look at the names and the pictures and then practice. So we have school, restaurant, clothing store, hotel, hospital, and bakery. So the pictures are in the correct order, so you don't have to match them. You just have to, for example, school, school. Hotel is number 4, hotel. Restaurant, restaurant. Clothing store, clothing store. Hospital, hospital. Bakery, bakery. So you don't have to do it. It's not an exercise, just vocabulary practice. Let's go down a little bit. For exercise 1, match the jobs to the workplaces. What is a workplace? Workplace is a place you work in. For example, a doctor works in a hospital, or teacher, receptionist, salesperson, chef, baker, nurse, taxi driver, police officer, and singer. And for workplaces, we have a shop, a hotel, a restaurant, on the street, a studio, a hospital, a school, a bakery, on the street, and a hospital. So what you need to do is match the jobs to the workplaces. Okay, let's continue. There's a conversation. John is helping Hideo to fill out a form. Let's start. Hi John, I need your help with this form. Hello, okay, no problem. I can ask you and you answer. Great, thanks. What does your father do? He's a bank manager. Where does he work? He works in Japan. Does he speak English at work? Yes, he does. What time does he start work? He starts work at 9 and finishes at 5. John, does he have any brothers or sisters? And Hideo answers, yes, he does. He has one brother and one sister. Let's go down a little bit. Here is the grammar part. As you can see, in the conversation, we have a few things to look at. We have does here. We have another does. We have works. We have does. We have does. We have another does. So what are they? Here we are going to find out. The grammar adding the third singular s. Look, when the subject of the sentence is I, you, we, and they, we never add s to the end of the verb. But when the subject of the sentence is he, she, it, or a singular noun, we have to add s to the end of the verb. So, when the subject of the sentence is a third person singular, you need to add s to the end of the verb. For example, he works in a bank, not he work in a bank. So adding that s is very important. Third person singular, like he, she, it, proper names, brother, father, my friend, etc. After ch, sh, s, x, you need to add es to the end of the verb. What does it mean? Wash, washes. Fix, fixes. So when there is a y after a vowel, we don't change the spelling. But when there is a y after a consonant, we need to write ies for the verb. Take a look at the examples here. The examples are large enough. So, for example, play, plays. As you can see, before Y we have A. So we don't change the spelling. But before Y, here we have D, which is a consonant. Because it's a consonant, so we change Y to IES. We use does to make questions when the subject of the sentence is a third person singular. Contractions are like, do you remember I am, I'm. I do not, I don't, and here for does not we use doesn't. Negative form of does, contraction, doesn't. So adding the third singular s to have, do, and go. Here it is a little bit different. Look, when we have has here, when we have here, when you add s, it turns into has. So he has. Let me turn this off. Yes. When we say he has an umbrella, we never say he has an umbrella. So have, has. Do, does. She does yoga. And for go, we use goes. My brother goes to school. My brother, one thing. Okay, here is the table. It helps you a lot to find out what we have. So for yes, no questions, we say, does he come from Italy? Yes, he does. Or if the answer is no, we can say, no, he doesn't. Does Melike come from France? Yes, she does. No, she doesn't. Does the dog need to rest? Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. So dog, Melike, and he are singular nouns, and they are third person singular, so we need to add s. So here is a very important thing. When you add does to the sentence, to the question, you don't need to wait. You shouldn't add s to the question. Look, does he come from Italy? Not does he comes from Italy. Look, he comes from Turkey or Italy. No, not this way. Look, does, and after that does, and after that subject, and after that verb 1, no s. Okay, be careful with this. Look at here, does, subject, verb without s. That's the same for WH questions. What do we have for WH questions? Let me go down a little bit. Yes. What does your sister do? Again, we have question word, auxiliary verb, this time does because sister is a third person singular, and after that do without s. She is a student. How does he do it? Question word, auxiliary verb, subject, verb. No s for verb. Okay? He does it fast. Here we use how, and here we use an adverb of manner. I will explain it later, not now. And for what time? What time does she sleep? She sleeps at 10. Again, what time is the question word? She is the subject, and sleep is the verb, and don't add s. For exercise 2, what do we have here? Put the verbs in the correct place. Wish, cry, recover, chat, think, catch, relax, try, and push. So if you remember, when we have ch and when we add s, we need to add es to the end of it. Now it is your job to put them in the correct place and write them here. For example, you can write For example, for which one? For S, we can say recovers. So you should write recover here. And for exercise 3, complete. Let me see what we have here. Okay. For exercise 3, complete the sentences with the correct form of the verb. My boss helps me a lot. My boss, first, third person singular, one person. We add S, and after that, the rest of the sentence. So Hideo, one person. My friend is not one person, my friends. Mr. Payne, he and my little sister. So you need to do this exercise. Now let's go for exercise 4. Complete the conversations below. What do we have here? Let me go to page 41. Okay, here's the conversation. You need to use, here we have yes, no question, WH question, WH question, WH question, and a yes, no question. So this is how you get it done. Don't forget, question word, auxiliary verb, subject, verb without S. Don't add S after does. And this is the same for negative. For example, you can say she doesn't study every day, not she doesn't studies every day. So don't add S after does in a negative form or in the question form. Vocabulary part, telling the time. What time is it now? It is 12. So, telling the time. What time does the class start? It starts it starts at 3:15. No, it doesn't. It starts at 3:10. No, the chemistry class starts at that time. No, it doesn't. It starts at 3:20. Guys, you are both wrong. It starts at 2 o'clock and we need to run. So look at here. It doesn't. The chemistry class starts. It starts. It starts. And does the class start without S? So it is used for telling or asking the time. It is, or it's 8, or it's 8 o'clock. We never say the time is 8 o'clock. So there are two ways of asking the time. First is, what time is it? It is 5:30. And second form is, what's the time? Or what is the time? So you can say, what time is it? Or what's the time for asking the time. The preposition for time is at. For example, the library opens at 8 o'clock in the morning. So every time you want to say the time, you need to use at as a preposition. You can either say it is 5:30 or it is 5:30. So we have two ways of telling the time. Half means, for example, 20. Half of 20 is 10. So it is 5:30. This is the time. This is 5:30. And we have two ways to saying that. So it's 5:30 or it is 5:30. Let's go to the next page. AM or PM. AM is from 12 midnight to 11:59, and PM is from 12, now the time of the class, 12 p.m. to 23:59 at night. So be careful with AM and PM. Okay, here is how you tell the time. No, not this. Okay. So here we are here. It's 2 o'clock. It is 5 past or after 3, or it is 2:05. It is 10 after 2. It is 2:15. It is 2:30, or it is 2:30. It is 25 to 3. It is 20 to 3. It is 2:45, and 10 to 3, and it is 5 to 3, and it is 3 o'clock. And we never say it is at 3 o'clock. It is 3 o'clock. Okay. Here, let me go down a little bit. So, for the morning, it is from 5 a.m. to 11:59 a.m. After that, exactly at 12 p.m. we have noon. Noon is here, 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 if I'm not mistaken. Yes, this is morning, morning. Noon, 12. Afternoon, it starts from 12:01 p.m. to 7 p.m. here, and evening from 6 p.m. to 23:59 p.m. So let's go to the next page. Exercise 5. Write the appropriate hours in the letter in the gaps below. So this is the timetable, or this is Anita's daily routine. They are the things she does at these hours. For example, Anita wakes up at, what time is it? You need to write 1:45 something. So, next page. Okay. Unit 6B, my daily routine. Daily routine is everything you do in your day. For example, I wake up at 7 o'clock every day, or I go to school every day, or I read a book, I watch TV. Everything you do as a habit. So let's go down a little bit. We have a reading part. Who is Ms. Atehorta? Read the text below to find out. Read the text below and true, false the statements. True, false means it is correct or it is wrong. Actually, based on the reading part, not grammar. So true or false. Esnet Juliet Atehorta Mesa is a Colombian teacher. She works at Istinia University. She teaches English and Spanish there. She has a busy schedule. Guys, I am reading this part for you. Sorry. Yes, we are here. She has a busy schedule. She always wakes up at 7 o'clock in the morning. She always has breakfast at home. She loves breakfast. She always checks her messages. She always goes to work at 9 o'clock. She is never late. She never drinks tea at work. She sometimes forgets to check her emails. She finishes her work at 5:30 and she gets home by bus. She never drinks coffee at night. She always checks the news at 10 and she always goes to bed at 12. So they are the sentences, the statements you need to true false. Esnet is from Spain. And is it true or false? So let's see, is a Colombian teacher. So she's not from Spain. So this one is false. Let's go down for the grammar part. Adverbs of frequency. That's very interesting to use. So we use adverbs of frequency to talk about our daily routines. Adverbs of frequency come after the verb be and before the main verb. Pay attention to the examples below. She always goes to bed at 12. Let me zoom in. Yes. Okay. Look at this. I told you after the verb be. So let's start with this. Look, after verb be. What is verb be? Am, is, are. Look, she is never late. So verb be is this. And never, adverb of frequency, comes after verb be, but before the main verb. Look at this. She always goes to bed. Look, adverb of frequency before the main verb. So you need to pay attention to this. Let me zoom out. Okay, this is how you do this, but let me just clean this up. Okay, so don't forget that use adverbs of frequency. What are they? I will explain on the next page. So what you need to do is using them before the main verb and after verb be. Sometimes can also come at the beginning of the sentence, not at the end of the sentence though. For example, here, for example, sometimes I go out with my friends, or I sometimes go out with my friends. But you cannot say I go out with my friends sometimes. Okay, we are done with this page. Okay, the order of adverbs of frequency. So never, you never do. Hardly ever, once a month or once a week, sometimes 50%, 70%, often or often, usually and always. Doesn't and never don't come together in one sentence. He never eats seafood, not he never doesn't eat seafood. Look, he never eats, not never doesn't eat. Okay, because never is negative. So for making questions, question words are how often and do you ever. So how often do you go to the gym? I usually go to the gym. Do you ever go to the gym? And you answer yes. You cannot say yes or no because it's a WH question. So for this one, yes, you can. Yes, I usually go to the gym. Look, do you? How often? Yes, no, WH. So how often is, let me highlight it for you. No, it's not highlight. Okay. How often is used with adverbs of frequency? Do you ever or how often? So for exercise 2, complete the sentences with an appropriate adverb of frequency. So for number 1, John doesn't like movies. So when you don't like movies, so you never go to the cinema. So he doesn't like movies and he never goes to the cinema. And Alex's feet. Look, the beginning are here. This, and this. So I made it easy for you to find the adverbs of frequency. You just have to find them and put them in the correct place. And don't forget to use them before the main verb and after the verb be. Exercise 3. What do we have here? For exercise 3, correct the mistakes and rewrite the sentences. So always she goes to school. There is something grammatically wrong with this sentence. You need to find the mistake and correct it and do it. So for example, here we say, where is my yes? Okay, I write it here. She, before the main verb, goes to school. She always goes to school is the answer for this question, because we cannot use always or adverbs of frequency at the beginning of the sentence except sometimes. Exercise number 4. What is exercise number 4? Put the words in the correct order. Again, you should start the sentence, you should unscramble, put them in the correct order, and write them in the gap. Okay, let me do this one for you. For example, here we say my. After possessive adjectives, you need a noun. My friend is never late. As you can see, my friend is the subject, is verb be, and we use adverbs of frequency after verb be, and after that the rest of the sentence. So this is how you get it done. What do we have here? We have 3 more sentences to order, and after that we have the vocabulary part, daily routines, the things we do. So let's go down a little bit. So household chores, like housework, everything we do at home, like for doing the shopping, do the grocery shopping, cleaning up, doing the dishes, do the laundry here, and cook and sweep and mop the floor. You can use your dictionaries to find out the meanings of them. So at work, we check emails, for example, we go to work, we start work, we have lunch, we finish work, we talk to our colleagues, and in your free time, you watch TV, you go to the cinema, listen to music, you go shopping, you go out with your friends, and you eat out. So here you have a writing task. I think this is the first writing task you need to do. Describe your daily routine in the box below. And here is a hint for you. I wake up at something every day or always or whatever, and you write your daily routine from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed late at night or at night. Okay, that is the end of unit 6. So we have covered so many things in these 6 units. And don't forget to do your exercises, and don't forget to study and be prepared for your exams. See you next time. Thank you. Bye.